What's up, YouTube? So before we get started with this video, on the Stephen A. Smith show, he's going to be talking about if the Dallas Cowboys are so good, why are they so worried about having Ezekiel Elliott for week 1? So let's see what they have to say about that.
Stephen Jones is confident that somehow, some way, they will be able to sign Ezekiel Elliott before opening day of the season. They firmly believe this. This is what they believe. My opinion is very, very simple, okay? And I firmly believe this. I mean, I think Ezekiel Elliott deserves his money. I think he deserves every penny. But I think he needs to be made to sweat. I don't think he should be entitled by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think he should be an individual that gets away with how he has acted and how he's conducted himself. I think certain guys, you got to look at it. You got to say to yourself, you know what? Can I trust him? You know, because they give you the impression that they're ready to jump ship, be Mavericks, and do their own thing at your expense at the drop of a hat. And I think that's something that definitely needs to be monitored and watched out for. That's my personal opinion. Again.
So I understand where Stephen A. Smith is coming from, but at the same time, Ezekiel Elliott has a unique skill set. Last year, he was the leading rusher, and I think, well, actually, out of the past 2 out of 3 years, he was the leading rusher, and 1 year he wasn't, was because he wasn't able to play, 4 or 5 games. So I would definitely play Ezekiel Elliott his money. He's a baller. He's well worth the money. He's a top-tier running back. He's definitely your ticket, or going to be a big part of getting to the Super Bowl if the Cowboys can get there. So I would definitely pay him his money. So he's gotten into a little bit of trouble. Me, myself, I'm pro player. So I don't think he's done anything bad enough that that you shouldn't be giving him a max contract. He hasn't, that security guard he got an issue with. It's not like he beat him up or they got in a fight or whatever. And even still, you know, I kind of like my star running back to be a little feisty, a little strong, okay? That's what happens when you're dealing with alpha males, okay? That security guard bumped into an alpha male, and that's what he is. And that's what I want on my football team. Like I said, I'm pro player. So I would give Ezekiel Elliott his money. He's your key, your ticket to going to the Super Bowl. He hasn't done anything necessarily bad. So give him his money and have him be there week 1. So let's continue.
And I think Ezekiel Elliott deserves his money. I do not think he deserves his money before Dak Prescott, and I do not think they need to rush to get him in week 1. You're the Dallas Cowboys. You should be able to handle some things. I mean, when you consider this defense and how elite it's presumed to be, I mean, what's your problem? You nervous, Dallas Cowboy fans? You nervous? I mean, if you all say so.
And what does that have to do with being scared? Who's scared? Just because you want your star running back to be on your team week 1 means you're scared? And what type of stupid question is that? If the Dallas Cowboys are so good, why are they so worried about having Ezekiel Elliott during week 1? What? Maybe because Ezekiel Elliott is the reason why they're so good. Maybe that's why. I mean, what type of stupid question is that? And you can have the easiest schedule in the world, but you still want your star running back, which is the reason why your team is so good, a good portion of why your team is so good. I mean, that's a stupid question. That's a real stupid question. So let's continue.
If you all say so. I'm just looking at the Dallas Cowboys schedule. And they open the season against the New York Giants, who will have Eli Manning as his quarterback and no Odell Beckham Jr. They'll be at Washington, who's starting Case Keenum, if I remember correctly. All right, because he beat out Dwayne Haskins for the starting job for the Washington Redskins. And then after that, you're going up against Miami on your home turf. 2 of your first 3 games are at home. You're going up against Miami. And guess what? That Miami game, you're going up against probably Ryan Fitzpatrick. So I'm thinking if you're the Dallas Cowboys and you're the Super Bowl contender, these nauseating, disgusting, get on my last damn nerve Cowboy fans out there continuously tell me you are, I don't understand what the issue is. You can't handle New York, Washington, and Miami without Ezekiel Elliott. You need Ezekiel Elliott to handle your business against them?
Yeah. I mean, so why would they not want to play with their star running back? Why wouldn't you want to play with your star running back? That just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. Just because they're an easy team doesn't mean you don't want to play with your star running back. Again, Ezekiel Elliott is part of the reason why the Cowboys are so good. So why wouldn't they want him to play with them, even if they're playing against garbage teams? It just doesn't make sense at all. oh, so we have easy teams, so let's not play all our starters during week one. Let's play with fire and maybe lose. That just doesn't make sense. You want to be firing on all cylinders in week one. You want to have all your stars with you, especially your star running back and your leading rusher from last year. You want him to get started in week one. It just doesn't make sense that he would say that. It doesn't make sense that, if Cowboys are so good, what do you need Ezekiel Elliott for? Because he's part of the reason that makes them so good. So let's continue.
Maybe you're not as good as that. I can understand you needing them for week 4 against the Saints. I get that part. I can understand you needed them week 5 for the Packers. I get that. I can understand you beating them week 7 for the Eagles. I get that. But you can't handle the Giants, the Redskins, and the Dolphins?
You know what, Stephen A. Smith, you're right. You're absolutely right. No starters for week 1 through 3. No starters. It's going to be nothing but second and third team. Second and third team. And we might even get some scout teams guys in there. Maybe some scout teams in there. And maybe in the fourth quarter, you might throw in maybe the water boy or maybe, the towel boy. Okay? There's no starters. No starters week 1 through 3. Okay? Because that's how good the Cowboys are. No starters. Just doesn't make sense.
I'd make Ezekiel Elliott wait. That'd be me. I'm just saying.